Why? Why didn't Guillermo del Toro direct Transformers? He clearly knows what he's doing. This is clearly a man who has watched non-stop mecha anime throughout his entire life. And even if he hasn't, and he just happened to come across it, he knew exactly what he was doing. If you didn't guess, I've just come back from watching Mega XLR. No, wait, I've just come back from watching Neon Genesis Evangelion. Wait, no, what did I watch? It wasn't Transformers, it wasn't Gigantor, it wasn't Godzilla, it wasn't Neon Genesis Evangelion, it wasn't anything. It was in fact Pacific Rim, that's what I went to go see. And it is just an amalgamation of every single one of those shows. Even a bit of Power Rangers thrown in. Everything was just in that film. If you have ever watched mecha shows as a kid and loved them, then you will love this movie. If you love giant robots beating the shit out of stuff, you will love this movie. If you love fun, if you just want to see a silly movie that makes absolutely no fucking sense, you will love this film. And if you don't love any of those things, bugger off and kill yourself because you have no life and you need to live more and you need to enjoy this movie. So even if you hate all those things, go see this movie. Just see it. See it in the cinema. I'll tell you why you need to see it in the cinema. Firstly, it's cheaper than buying it. Because if you wait to buy it or rent it, you know full well, and you can already see on Amazon right now, that the pre-order price is about 17 quid. A cinema ticket isn't 17 quid. Yes, you can illegally watch it online for free, but it's not the same. It doesn't have the same impact. It's not as good. Anyway, the film is great. I loved it. There's just some unbridled pleasure about watching giant monsters getting the shit kicked out of them by giant robots. I can't explain it. You either like that sort of stuff or you don't. But this just you know the scene in Transformers that I loved. The first scene that I saw in Transformers that I loved was when all the robots are coming down from the sky, and before he's transformed, Optimus Prime sees the truck he's going to become, and then it just cuts to black, and then Optimus Prime shows up, and you're just like, Optimus Prime, yes! That scene, like, times it by 10, and remember that Guillermo del Toro has yet to tarnish your childhood or piss all over everything that you remembered. Michael Bay. But it's just like, I don't know if it's the beginning scene, but the whole movie is a blur pretty much because I just enjoyed it so much. But the suiting up the robot, and it is exactly like how you used to imagine all the long drawn out scenes of all your favourite shows as a kid. You know, when the Power Rangers would get in their robot and they'd do its morphing time, they'd do this like 16-minute intro of them morphing into the robot, and you're wondering why the alien guys had just like attacked them whilst they're morphing and stuff. But it's exactly like this. It's over the top, slow, all the cogs turning, all the buttons being switched on, all the engines charging up. And then to top it all off, it just gets even better. You know, to top it all off, you sat there, you've watched all this engine stuff going on and everything else, and then GLaDOS speaks. And it is just the cherry on the cake. Hearing GLaDOS speak whilst you've got all this going on, hearing that, you know, she's she's the mother of the ship, you can hear her voice, hearing her voice every time a program, an order is issued, she just comes to life, and it has never put such a big smile on my face. It was almost, in fact, it probably was bigger than the smile I had when I saw Optimus Prime. It was just awesome, you know? Every giant robot needs GLaDOS at the helm, or something along those lines, you know, just some AI that's just awesome, because GLaDOS is rather awesome. I'm going to stop saying the word awesome. You know, to quote Adam, you can now make this the new drinking game. Instead of saying drinking every time I say Pixar for the last movie review I did, you can drink every time I say awesome in this review, which is awesomely awesome in this awesome review. You are now dead. But I don't know. It was great. Obviously, there's going to be flaws of it. The comic relief wasn't very comical, and it wasn't very relieving. I felt like it could have done without. They probably shoved the comic relief in there because it's a 12A and they know kids are going to go see it, and they want the kids to be like shocked at the giant robots beating the crap out of monsters, but they also want the kids to laugh so that they don't cry in the sad scenes, which, surprisingly, there are a few sad scenes in there. I mean, I'm not talking Old Yeller being taken around the back of the van, shot dead, sad, but there's definite quenching of heartstrings there, just grabbing a hold and trying to make you cry, and then, there's a part of me that wanted those scenes to go on longer, but then there's also the big kid in me going, just get to the giant monster, kill it already, I don't care your backstory, go away backstory, just get to the firework factory, blow shit up, is what you do, I've come here for explosives. But it's nice that they put it in there, in the quiet moments when all the action has died down, there are moments of like, that's a nice family story, backstory they've got going there, and I really feel for these characters, and I'm upset that this person has died or that person has died, and I really feel for them. Now get back to blowing stuff up, because that's what I came here for, in the 5.1 greatness that is in the cinema. So yeah, the comic relief wasn't all that real. To tell you anything, the comic relief in Judge Dredd was less annoying than the comic relief in this movie. I'm talking about Judge Dredd with Rob Schneider. Not the Dredd, but Judge Dredd comic relief was less annoying. So that's the standard you can go at it from. And also the ending plot point, and also the bad guys story arc was quite clearly ripped off of Independence Day. As in, like, who they are, what they've come for, how to destroy them. It's very Independence Day-esque ripped off. Even the soaring speech near the end of the film was kind of like ripped off from that. Although they saw sense and made the speech last about a minute. And if you've seen the trailer, you've seen the speech. That's all there is. There is no Bill Pullman dramatic pause, cameras pans in and zooms out. There's none of that. It's just like, speech, let's go kill shit. That's what we do. And yeah, so it just goes back to doing what the film does best, which is just outrageous entertainment. It's awesome. It is. I just really, really liked it. I knew I was going to like it, though. I was kind of iffy about Guillermo del Toro doing it, but the guy seems to be a god. The guy seems to be, whatever genre he touches, he can do it well. If the guy touched comedy, it would be comedy gold. Everything he touches just seems to be good. Apart from The Hobbit, which was absolutely shit. However, I will say that I reckon if The Hobbit was completely done by Del Toro, it had been good. But it was the fact that he touched it, all of his ideas were there, and then Pete Jackson came in. And there are the complete opposites of the polar field. They don't work well together. But I'm talking about Pacific Rim here, not The Hobbit. So if you would like a Hobbit review, I will give you a 2-second Hobbit review. I didn't like it. There you go. But yeah, just the film was really, really great. And it's well worth a watch. I can't think of any more praises for it. I can't think of anything else to describe it other than it's just the amalgamation of every single Mecha series you ever watched or anime show. It is just like a live-action anime. It is like a live-action anime, only done well, and not crap. Forget everything you knew about Street Fighter the movie, or I realize Street Fighter is a game, but it was made into an anime, then they made the anime into a movie, and it was crap. And Dragon Ball Z as well, and another rip-off. And Blood, the live-action, not great. So just forget about everything you know about live-action mangas. I've yet to see a decent one. And think about the outrageous violence from Guyver, live-action and anime, and just place that into a decent film. And that's what you saw. You saw arms and legs being ripped off. You saw people get. You didn't see any people violence, which I'm guessing is how they kept the 12A going. But you saw a lot of the fantasy violence, and that's what you want to see. You want to see hits impact hard. You want to see elbows being ripped off, and guts being spewed all over the place, and heads caved in by a 2-ton. Well, I don't know how heavy a freight ship is, but basically the Titanic was used as a weapon to beat the crap out of a monster. That's a film in itself. That's good. Right? Do you agree? Did you agree? Did you like it? Did you like it? Would you go see it? You'd go see it? Priapus would go see it. That's a cat telling you a film he's never seen, a film he will probably never ever see unless I get it on DVD. But even then, it's a cat. A cat doesn't know a film. A cat just sees random moving pictures. He has no idea what it is, but from what he can hear, he knows I'm excited, and he too is excited, aren't you? Yeah? Okay. I know. I'm gonna end the review now because you need feeding, and I need the toilet. Okay. But yeah, highly recommend Pacific Rim. All the good points I've listed, and all the bad points is just the comic relief and the taken plot points from Independence Day. But I mean, come on, it's Independence Day. It's not exactly Citizen Kane. You can steal a few plot points from Independence Day. So probably the only niggling flaw is the comedy, which is just nil and void. It is my perfect movie. It is one of my perfect films. It's a perfect film that's great in every little aspect, apart from a little annoyance that I can nitpick at. It is a good film, and I highly recommend you go watch it. Now I'm going to go feed the cat, and do other things that I shan't talk about, because they involve going to the bathroom and releasing fluids. I've probably said too much. Yeah, I have probably said too much. Let's not end on that. Let's end on feeding the cat. I'm going to go feed the cat now. Bye.